When Vinegar Syndrome announced they were releasing Lucio Fulci's Murderock, I was rather excited. I'm always interested in getting another Fulci film. I love the titles for this one. You get Murderock, or you get Murderock Dancing Death, which I think is fantastic. This 1984 Giallo film takes place in the Arts for Living Centre, a dance academy in New York, as a troupe of people are getting ready for a major audition. However, their dreams turn into a nightmare when someone starts to slowly stalk them and kill them as they're preparing for this big audition. I kind of like the murder weapon in this. It's so strange and unusual. It's a very large hairpin, but it's used really well to build tension and scares in certain sequences, because this killer doesn't just jump out and violently thrust at his victims with this weapon. No, they kind of stalk them, drug them, wait till they're unconscious, and then slowly push this giant pin through their chest plate into their heart. And this works really well after the first kill, and then it draws out the tension and the anxiety in the rest of the attack sequences, because you know what's coming. You know this horribly calculated murder is about to take place, and he really does eke out the tension and suspense in the rest of these sequences. Some people may escape it, others are going to find their demise in a horrible way. Now, it's all about the Academy's director, Candice Norman here, who becomes entangled in the investigation along with police profiler Lieutenant Borges as they start to investigate what's going on. I love this main character. After our initial attack, where she becomes almost one of the victims, she starts to have this psychological break where she has these nightmares, and it really does create that reality versus illusion trait that Fulci has captured before in many of his films. It's these twisted nightmares that really blur the lines between the real world and this psychological break that she's suffering throughout this, and it starts to create these wonderful visuals throughout the film. It's really kind of special moments for me because I really enjoyed these sequences. I felt they kind of heightened the sort of psychological anxiety that this character particularly was under. The dance sequences in this one, there are quite a few dance sequences. They are hilariously 80s, and I just kind of loved it for that. It was like Flashdance, but through the prism of Fulci's eye, which I thought was particularly great. Now, you know, kind of Fulci's films, you're going to get like a little bit of sexuality and violence, a little bit of gore. Usually a lot of gore. Here, it's much more restrained within the filmmaking. Those kill sequences I was talking about, they're more measured. They don't feel as frenzied. They're not as bloody as they would be in other Fulci films. But that's not a bad thing. It shows a restraint on the filmmaking part of this, creating anxiety and terror and building up atmosphere rather than going for that frenzied kill, which we've seen him do before in many other movies. So I really kind of like the fact that he attacks these kind of sequences in a different manner that creates something really good.
The rivalry, you mean?
If the kids find out, they'll tear each other to shreds.
Now, I love some of the thematics that are in place here, particularly the obsession and the ambition that we have within this core group of dancers at the start. They're getting to the end of their tenure there, realising that they're going to have to go into the real world, and suddenly their friends, their comrades, the people that they've worked with and went through the ranks at this academy are going to be their key competitors for all the jobs that are out there. And there's that sudden realisation that your friends are now going to become adversaries in the workplace as they vie for some of the key jobs. There's also a look at identity and guilt within this one, as the film plays with mistaken identities, hidden objectives of some of the people, and then that big reveal at the end, which really was kind of fun. And I kind of figured it out a little bit right near the end, but it was still a really interesting watch. Murderock was a terrific early, mid-late 80s Fulci film that has something really kind of fun about it. The dance sequences are great. The kill sequences are really expertly done. The characters, although vapid and sometimes one-dimensional, they're really kind of fun to spend time with, particularly when some of the annoying ones are getting picked off. And there's just a sense of playfulness within this film and some, familiar Fulciisms, which is what you kind of want. I'd love to know your thoughts on Murderock, so let me know in the comment box below whether you love it, hate it, fall somewhere in the middle. I just want to know what you think of this one, because I kind of enjoyed it. As always, there is more content up here. You can see more of my stuff. In the description box below are links to Patreon, membership program, manvfilm.com, always in which you can support me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.